Hi everybody, today I'm going to be reviewing the Ophelia Underbust Corset by Pearls and Arsenic. Pearls and Arsenic is known as Hong Kong's first luxury corset brand, and it's owned by Raven Tao, who is a model, an actress, a TV host. She does a lot of different things and she's multi-talented. And she also has her very own corset-related channel here on YouTube. So if you're interested in checking that out, I'll link it up in the cards or down in the description below. Without further ado, let's get on to the review. So here's the front, the side, the back, and the other side. I've put my hair up so you can see the silhouette of the corset a little bit more clearly while I'm talking about the length and the fit of this. So the center front here is 11.75 inches. At the princess seam here, this is at the shortest part, and this is 9 inches. 4 of those inches are from the waist up, and 5 of those inches are from the waist down. At the side seam here, it's a little bit longer. It goes a little bit lower over the hip, and it's 11 inches here. And in the center back, it's 10.5 inches long. The Ophelia underbust, it was specifically designed to give a more gentle reduction compared to the red Swarovski underbust that I had reviewed from Pearls and Arsenic last year. So this is designed to fit people with a bit of a more slimline body, maybe more narrow hips. So today I'm wearing the size 24, lace closed in the back. So it has a waist of 24 inches. The ribs are 29 inches, so it has a 5-inch rib spring. And at the lower hip here, it's 33 inches, so it has a 9-inch hip spring. This corset is cut to give a slightly conical rib cage, so it is compressing my lower ribs just a little bit, but the corset itself is a little bit soft. It's not a very crispy, crunchy corset that takes forever to break in, and it felt comfortable from the very first time I put it on, let's just say that. And it's also very comfortably rounded over the hips. It's not pinching into my iliac crest. It's not causing any pain or numbness here. And I find it to be quite comfortable. So let's go to the tabletop portion of this review and I can show you the other details of this corset close up. So here's the Ophelia corset laid flat, and I'm just going to read this letter from Raven here. So it says, from the desk of Raven Tao. Dear Lucy, thank you again for graciously reviewing another off-the-rack Pearls and Arsenic corset. We love Lucy. Aw, thank you, Raven. This limited edition collection is available online at Pearls and Arsenic and named the Ophelia after the burlesque nightclub that I first designed one for. She's a 24-inch black brocade underbust embellished with hand-placed and stitched coppery gold sequin appliques, and she'll take the conventional 6 to 8 weeks to season comfortably. I hope you enjoy her subtle opulence. She looks unexpectedly demure when worn, as you'll discover. In keeping with the glam yet accessible ethos of Pearls and Arsenic, I wanted to make Ophelia flamboyant yet comparatively affordable, which is why she's priced at just under $490 US, with a site-wide 10% discount code of Lucy for all Lucy Corsetry fans. Oh, thank you, Raven. Feel free to read this letter in the review and hope you enjoy Ophelia. Have a great day. Bisous. Thank you so much, Raven. I'm definitely going to be keeping this letter. So let's move on to the actual review. And for the materials, the fashion fabric is this lovely black brocade with very subtle paisley designs on it. And on the inside here, it's lined with black cotton twill. This is what the Pearls and Arsenic label and logo looks like, and when you turn it over, it says by Raven Tao, and it says pearlsandarsenic.com. That's their website, and you can see the size here, size 24. Because the outside is so heavily embellished, it's actually easier to see the pattern from the inside, and it's a 6-panel pattern essentially. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But the center front and the center back are fairly straight, so if you think about it, it could technically be a 4-panel pattern. It appears that the way this corset was constructed, the brocade was flat-lined to the twill and they were treated as one layer, and the panels were assembled together with a top stitch and the seam allowances facing on the inside here. So if I look, yeah, there's a top stitch here and at every seam that I can see from the outside. But on the inside, they laid down these internal boning channels here, and it not only holds the bones, but it also covers and protects the seam allowances from the inside. And I also want to take a moment to appreciate the applique here. So this is what Raven was saying about the coppery gold sequins here. Also a little bit of almost, I wouldn't say it's cording, but you know, some other lace decorations here. And on the upper side you can see it's layered with black sequin applique here. It might look a little bit odd that you have this little piece of applique that's hanging over the underside, but I can see why they would do that, because if they cut across here, all the sequins would fall apart. So they had to cut the entire piece of applique and leave the sequins intact so that the threads wouldn't undo and, you know, this wouldn't all come apart. So that's actually a little bit courteous of them just to leave that there, just to make sure that the applique wouldn't deteriorate over time and start to fall apart. But yeah, that's absolutely gorgeous, especially the front here. So many sequins. You can also very plainly see the waist tape here. So it is exposed on the inside of the corset, and it is a little bit wider than what you would normally find in a corset. So this is 1¼ inches wide, whereas many other waist tapes are more closer to 1 inch wide. Some are even ½ an inch, but this one is a little bit wider. And it's made from a double-faced satin ribbon. And it extends from at least this seam right here, close to where the grommets begin, and at least up to this seam here in the front. The binding on the top and bottom of this corset is made from bias strips of black cotton twill here, and it's machine stitched on both outside and on the inside here. Both sides have a bit of a top stitch, a bit of a lip here, so it might have been done in a single pass. And there are 4 garter tabs in this corset, 2 on each side. So here's one near the front and one near the back. The Modesty panel in this corset is very wide. It's 7¼ inches wide, so it would probably cover a gap about up to 6 inches wide potentially. And it is unstiffened. It's finished in the same matching black brocade on the outside and the black cotton twill on the inside, and it's attached to one side of the corset with a little row of stitching. So if you don't like the Modesty panel, you want to remove it, then that can really easily be done by just taking a seam ripper and removing this one seam here. There's also a 1 inch wide Modesty placket in the front here, extending out from the knob side of the busk. It is not boned, but it is very slightly stiffened. It's probably interfaced, and again, it is covered in matching black brocade. The busk in this corset is 10 inches long, and it has 6 loops and pins equidistantly spaced. It is slightly wider than your standard flexible busk. It is almost 3/4 inch wide instead of ½ an inch wide, and it is reasonably stiff. Once again, turning to the inside of this corset, because it's a little bit easier to see the boning channels here, there are a total of 14 bones in this corset, 7 on each side, not including the center front busk here. So it's single boned on the seams, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and these are 1/4 inch wide spiral steel bones. And you can see here that it does attract my magnet here. And in the back, there are 2 1/4 inch wide flat steel bones sandwiching the grommets on each side. There are a total of 22 grommets in this corset, 11 on each side. They are size 0 with a medium flange around them, so it's actually a little bit bigger grommet and a larger, like a wider flange around these grommets compared to the red Swarovski underbust that I reviewed last year from Pearls and Arsenic. And these ones are finished in silver, and they're all holding in very nicely. On the underside, you can see nice big washers present. They've all rolled really beautifully. I don't see any cracks or splits in the grommets themselves. No damage to the fabric around the grommets. They're all holding in very well here as well. And if you've seen enough of my reviews, you know that I almost never get excited about laces. But I have to say, and I really rarely say this, I really like these laces. So they are black 1/4 inch wide flat braided synthetic laces, but they have like no stretch to them whatsoever. Like you can practically hear it. And it's so glossy looking. It looks almost like, I don't even know, maybe a snake skin perhaps. And it's very strong, certainly long enough. Glides amazingly through the grommets here, holds the knots and bows amazingly well. Raven actually put thought into what kind of laces to use in this corset, and it really shows that she cares about the finishing of it. The Ophelia underbust corset is exclusively available on the Pearls and Arsenic website, and it's priced at $490 US. However, Raven has generously offered a 10% discount for all of my followers. So if you use the code LUCY, that's L-U-C-Y, all caps at checkout, you'll get a 10% discount, not only on this corset, but anything in the shop. As far as I'm told, this discount has no set expiry date, so thank you so much, Raven, for your generous discount. Pearls and Arsenic also has a layaway option, so if you don't want to pay for your corset in just one payment, you have the option of paying in monthly installments, and they have a 6-month option as well as a 12-month option. And this concludes my review of the Ophelia Underbust Corset by Pearls and Arsenic. I hope you enjoyed it and you learned something new. If you did, please remember to click that like button down there as it helps support this channel. If you have any comments or questions about this corset or Pearls and Arsenic in general, feel free to leave your question down below. I'd be happy to get back to you, or if I don't know the answer, I can always call Raven over and she can answer your question. If you have the Ophelia underbust or a different corset from Pearls and Arsenic, feel free to leave your review down below because I'm sure many people would be curious to know what you think of it as well. Thank you so much again for watching, and I will see you all next week for another video. Bye!